Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Sean from Sean'sThoughts.com. Inspiration with Sean on Facebook. One half of the Let Me the Journey duo with my business partner and buddy April Rosie 2222 on Twitter and Instagram. Um, so it's Sunday. Just got finished watching them Raiders win. I got finished watching them Lakers win. So I'm in a good mood. I'm a good day. And I was just kind of sitting here Sunday night. I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm hoping everybody's has spent their weekend recharging themselves for the week and taking in that uh, that good feeling as we start into the week. I know some of us might be feeling down, but you hope you took time to really process the week and just let the energy of the week go if it was negative, and hold on to it if it was positive. So anyway, what I'm talking about tonight, that I'm sharing tonight. Hopefully, you guys see this. I appreciate all who watch my videos and all who comment on not only these videos, these Sean Thought videos, but also our journey with April, my journey with April, or my inspirational messages. We appreciate every one of you who follow, subscribe, and comment, because we're trying to spread knowledge, just trying to spread love and a different way of thinking. So let's get to that. Now that's out of the way. What are we talking about today? Uh, so I was sitting there thinking. I'm sitting there. I'm all over the internet. I'm all over social media. A while back, probably many years ago, actually. Now I went to a church with a friend. Now, before anybody asks, I'm not religious, so please don't come at me with that. But I went to church and it said in the sermon, the preacher talked about not worshiping false idols, and that term popped in my head today as I was reading something from a motivational speaker, a life coach, and so I'm going to take that term and I'm going to use it outside of the context of the biblical sense, because I like the term, and I'm going to use it. Um, be careful of false idols. Be careful of false, quote unquote prophets. And again, I'm not talking about the biblical sense. I'm talking about people who want to sell you fish oil. People who want to sell you that elixir of life, that this is the greatest thing, and it sounds too good to be true. Be careful of the people who are always positive. Just nothing is negative, and they never have a problem and never struggle, right? Because that's not life, and that's not human. And what happens when we get a hold of these people, when we get a hold, and again, there's nothing wrong with people trying to spread joy and love. I'm not attacking anyone or at all, but what I'm saying is, when you put your stock in something that seems too good to be true, and your happiness is based off that teaching or that direction, and you're like, man, this is great, and then you find out the truth, and it shakes you to your core, and it knocks you back, and it knocks you back not only to where you started but further back, right? Because you worship in a false idol, somebody who says, I can do this. I got you. I got you. I got you. I see so many people sharing positive messages, but they don't know how to implement those messages. And you might get something from it, but you putting your stock in someone who doesn't know how to give it to you. When my youngest boy Trey, was in school, he could do math in his head, right? He do math in his head. He was great at math. He's a science kid, so he does math in his head. And his teacher would mark him down on his paper because he got the answer right, but he didn't show his work. He asked me why. He says, I don't understand why I keep getting in trouble. I got the right answer. And I set him down and I said, son, there's one thing to know how to do something. There's a whole other thing to show how to do something, right? I know how to breathe, but I don't know how I breathe, right? So he had to show his work. I'm like, you have to show that you know how you got there. A lot of people get to somewhere, I'm happy now. They get somewhere, but they don't know how to show you. They can't show you the way. I use the shoots and ladder game quite often in my workshops, right? Because some people get up to the top because they caught that ladder, but they didn't put in the work. They didn't put in the work. So when it got bad, when they hit one of them shoots, they just crumbled. See, and that's life, and that's what with these false idols and these people who are great at passing on information or passing on someone else's words, but they don't know how to do it, right? I got a friend who shares great things, and she has people who follow and who steals her words and her thing. And she asked me, what should I do? I said, let them do it, because they can't be you. And you did the work to make this happen. You did the work. And when you do the work, when you take a couple steps back, you can show people how to step forward again, right? So be mindful. So today's message is about being mindful. Be mindful of the people that you put all your chips into, you put all your faith into, right? Because they can't show you their work. Right? They can show you the solution. Look, I'm so happy today. Oh my. You know what? I'm so happy. The energy of the world, or whatever the thing is, God is great. Whatever their happiness is. But I always say, when you want to know about somebody, watch them when they ain't got it, when they don't feel good, when they sad, or when somebody hates on them, or somebody does something. Watch that tongue, right? Watch that initial reaction, because you're gonna learn about somebody. Watch those people who tell you that this new thing they doing is the greatest thing ever, because this new thing they're doing, they haven't finished the cycle, so they don't know the long-term ramifications, right? I don't have it all. Man, some days I struggle. Some days I struggle with confidence. I mean, it's not common for me to struggle with confidence, but I'm not as successful as I want to be. I don't have. I can sell water to the ocean. This is true, but hell, I just did a signing event. I sold 2 postcards, not 1 book. I sold 2 postcards. I have postcards and stuff for my photography. And April sold a couple books, but I didn't do anything, right? I'm out here saying, man, I'm hustling, I'm doing this thing, but you don't see it. You don't always see it. People don't always tell you about the negative and the bad things, and that's what false idols will do. You won't see anything until they have to react, and then they react, and all of a sudden you see the ugly, right? And then it's this declaration of, you guys don't understand how hard it is. Well, see, when I'm teaching you, I want you to understand how hard it is. I don't want you to understand that it's always great, because you got to work. You want to get through depression, you got to get up and you got to work. You want to be an author, you got to work. You want to be a motivational speaker like I'm working to be, you got to work. You can't, so be careful of the meme game, right? Share meme, share meme, share meme, share meme, share meme. Oh my God, you touched my soul, because man, words are empty if you don't know how to fill them with an engine, right? You gotta know how you got there. You gotta know how you got there, because someone who can teach you how to get there understands. So when it goes bad, they understand. They keep calm, because they understand that, you know what, life goes up, life goes down. And that's what we're talking about today, and that's what I'm talking about. So be careful of the quote unquote false idols. You know what? Because everything you need is in here and in here. You just may not understand how to do it, right? You may not understand the intricacies. So listen to people, man. Ain't nothing wrong with affirmations. Ain't nothing wrong with getting up and say something positive every day and going, you know what? I'm gonna put my energy in this. But if you don't know how to deal with the negative times, if you don't know how to deal with that wave, you're going to fail. And if you realize that the other people that are behind you, if they don't know how to do it, they don't know how to help you, they don't know how they got to it. That don't mean your path is going to be great. What you do, what they do, or what they did is going to work for you. But you should be able to say, oh man, like when Sean's having a bad day, I disconnect from the world. I take a couple steps back, because I don't want to bring that energy to the world, because I know that I may be reacting to other people. I may react wrong to other people, and that's not right. Right? So I got 9 minutes, 43 seconds. So I'm actually going to end this. But I want you guys to have a great day. Again, I appreciate anyone who's following us on this thing, man. You guys are amazing. let's start Monday off amazing. All right, peace.